They've had enough. They want action, not words. Over the summer, I submitted several written questions to the Home Office about illegal migrants crossing the English Channel in small boats. I asked how many of them had been found carrying drugs and weapons upon their arrival in the UK. I got a response from the then Minister, the Right Honourable Member for Wallasey. She told me that these migrants were searched upon arrival, and I quote, "Some small weapons, for example knives, have occasionally been seized as a result of searches over the past 7 years." Some small weapons. What kind of pathetic, weak answer is that? People in this country want to know how many and how many knives have been found. How many of these men are still here? How many of these men are still being put up in taxpayer-funded hotels? The Minister owes it to our concerned constituents to tell us what is happening to men who arrive here on our shores carrying knives. We've got enough of our homegrown knife problem already. We don't want to be importing more. And while I'm on this point, I want the Minister to tell us how many illegal immigrants have committed knife offences in our country over the past few years. They might have had a knife taken off them when they get into this country, but it is not that difficult to get another knife. This information should be made publicly available. And I know I speak for a lot of people when I say I'm sick of seeing politicians speaking at vigils, lighting candles, sharing their sympathies with the families of loved ones of another, while another person has been murdered on our streets, only to come back to this place and avoid taking decisive action. We need police officers who take violent criminals off our streets, courts that administer real justice for victims, and a government who isn't afraid to adopt a zero-tolerance approach to knife crime. How else are our constituents going to feel safe? Our message needs to be plain and simple. If you pick up a knife, you will feel the full force of the law and go to prison. I've got just one ask on behalf of the law-abiding British public, and that is anyone caught carrying a dangerous weapon receives an automatic custodial sentence. I'm not talking about a Swiss Army knife or pen knives or small knives or tools used for fishing arts and crafts and men coming back from a shift at the local factory, or plumbers or electricians or carpenters. I'm talking about the type carried by people who have no reason at all to carry such weapons in a public place.